Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect with the Long Couch. Okay, last time we went through the Codex and learned a lot about the Mass Effect universe and humanity and the aliens and everything that kind of led up to this story that's happening in this game. Now it's time to actually continue the story. Let's move on out of here. We just got back from Eden Prime. Replenish our Medigel? Yes, please. Okay, we already got another Codex entry. I'm going to try to keep up with these, assuming that it doesn't take too long each time we get a new entry. My problem now is... Oh, here it is. I was going to say...
Combat hard suit. Medigel is a common medicinal salve used by paramedics, EMTs, and military personnel. It combines several useful applications: a local anesthetic, disinfectant, and clotting agent all in one. Once applied, the gel is designed to grip tight to flesh until subjected to a frequency of ultrasound. It is sealable against liquids, most notably blood, as well as contaminants and gases. The gel is a genetically engineered bioplasm created by the CERTA Foundation, a medical technology megacorp based on Earth. Technically, Medigel violates Council laws against genetic engineering, but to date, it has proved far too useful to ban.
Interesting. They made it so good that they don't even want to ban it. That's hilarious. Oh, alright. Yeah, so stuff like that, it's just kind of like flavor text for some like in-universe explanations for some of the game systems. I think it's cool. It probably doesn't add a ton to, you know, like the story, but that's the kind of stuff that I want to absorb anyway. And yeah, we're gonna keep reading those, I think. So
glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Thanks. I think this guy's name is actually pronounced Caden. I think I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins just kind of came and went really quickly. I honestly didn't get a chance to know him, so I can't say I'm too broken up about his death.
There's nothing we could have done to save him.
No, I know that, but I don't have to like it. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
Seems like you've been around. Keep it to yourself. Huh.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I never met my parents. If they wanted to see me, they'd have contacted me after that mess a few years back.
Oh, that's right, Torfin. A messy business. Imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
Because it's the next logical place to go in the story.
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Alright, well, I got some Paragon points for that. That's handy. So, I did have some comments telling me that when it comes to Paragon and Renegade, you really just kind of need to pick one and dedicate yourself to it, but I don't think that, where can I check those points? I haven't even... Is it under Squad? Select a talent to spend points and improve that ability. Select each squad member to spend their points. Wow, I have 12 points to spend. I didn't know that. What the hell? How long have I had these? Okay, I am level 4, so what? We get like 3 points per level? That's cool. I should probably spend these. So, yeah, in here we have meters for Paragon and Renegade. As you can see, I've got slightly more Renegade meter than Paragon. I think it's the kind of thing where, like, you can accrue points in both of them. I don't think you necessarily have to, like, balance them out in the sense that, like, if you get Paragon points, I don't think it detracts from your Renegade meter. You really just lost out on the ability to get those Renegade points. So in that sense, you are missing out, but it's not gonna, like, you know, decrease the meter. So I don't know. I think I'm probably going to mainly go Renegade for this Let's Play because it just sounds more interesting and more fun, even if it's sometimes very difficult to make those choices. But anyways, point spending. So, pistols. Increases accuracy and damage with pistols, grants the marksman ability. Yeah, I don't even have categories on here for assault rifles and snipers, so I can't really train in those. I can't, like, make myself better in them. Here we have assault training. Increases melee damage, increases weapons damage, grants the adrenaline burst ability. Where? Oh, it's actually up on the tree. Yeah, I need to learn what all these are. Resets the cooldown times on all your talents so that they can be used immediately. Oh, it's pretty cool. And then this unlocks tactical armor, which is the next one on the tree. Oh, we have to get these up to a certain level before we can actually go down to the one below it. Here we have throw. Each level in this just increases the power of it until we can unlock lift and advanced throw. So throw is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically a force push move. Here we have warp. I didn't know what this did. This inflicts 6 damage to the target every second and lowers the target's damage protection by 50%. So it's not warping me, it's warping the target. I guess when it says warp, what it really means is distort. I was thinking like teleport, but that's probably the wrong definition of the word. Here we have Vanguard. Increases biotic protection by 6%, increases pistol and shotgun damage by 5%. Oh, wow. So we can actually just get a boost to a lot of things by pouring points into our class tree here. And we also have Charms. Set Charm score at 1, opens up new dialogue options. And we have Intimidate. Sets Intimidate option or score at 1, opens up new dialogue options. So I guess it's probably best to just pick one of these and go for it, right? Instead of trying to pour points into both. I'm not sure if that would be worth it. If somebody could kind of give me a heads up on that, that'd be cool. The Intimidate tree also has the Motivated Buyer skill. It opens up new dialogue options and sells items to stores for 2% more credits. So if we get that nice and early, then that'll be the gift that keeps on giving, right? So yeah, I'm not sure like what the best path to take in terms of leveling up is, but I'll tell you what, I do want to get... I kind of want to max out this whole pistol line right now. Because, well, I was going to say because it'll let me unlock shotguns, but apparently not. I guess I'm not high enough level to unlock that. I was kind of operating on the assumption that I was. Well, whatever then. Assault training doesn't seem great. How often am I going to be using melee? Weapon damage only goes up by a little bit, but melee damage goes up a lot. But we do unlock new skills with this. So I guess we'll need to do that anyway. Let's throw... Let's get all the way up here and get Motivated Buyer. That way I'll just get more credits. The earlier we get that, the more it'll pay off for us throughout the game. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And then let's throw, let's say 2 points into Vanguard. And then 1 each into Warp and Throw. I think that's pretty good. Now, did it actually save that? That's my question. Yeah, okay, good. So, if nothing else, we should have some really good dialogue options now that I poured all those points into Intimidate. Hopefully, we won't be missing out on things.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Yeah, I don't really care.
When your number comes up, it's over. His did.
That's grim, Commander. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, though. Not after Torfin. That must have been hell.
You start to enjoy it? Whew. I don't know if that's the way my Sheena Shepard character would really respond, but this is one of those deals where I gotta see if I can get them renegade points, guys.
Every time you kill, it gets a little easier.
With all due respect, I'm glad you're on our side.
Right? That's so messed up.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Don't fuck up.
Everyone on this ship has to do his or her part, Williams. Remember that.
Understood, ma'am.
Why'd I get Paragon points for that? What the fuck? I was trying to be mean. And they still gave me the light side points. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, I didn't really feel that line of dialogue, guys. The way I view Sheena Shepard is that I feel like she would be a hard ass, but she would kind of like regret having to be that way, you know? Like, she's gonna do what's necessary, but she doesn't feel good about it. That's kind of the way I like to think of her character. I don't know if I'll be able to really toe that line, though, with the options that I have.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Alright, let's just start at the top.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
So I think that this lady's hair and outfit haven't loaded in properly, guys. I don't think it's meant to look that shitty. I don't know if it's a bug or something on my system or what.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Cool.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain.
Jesus.
There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Yeah. Very lucky. Okay, I wonder if this will be different.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to skip that, but I couldn't figure out how, so. Okay, another codex entry under technology. The everyday pieces of technology that support the modern lifestyle. Okay. Biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element zero nodules within their nervous systems that react to electric stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, but the user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there is a growing market for modifications and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward. Yeah, the biggest difference is that instead of hitting L2, you get to hit L3 on the controller. It's a game changer, let me tell you. Alright, I feel like we've done like absolutely nothing in this video so far. There's an elevator. Before I climb on that, does it just take me to the same place that the stairs do? I wonder? Damn right you salute. Maybe not. I don't see a stepping off point for the elevator, so where does that go? I wish these doors opened automatically. It's okay that they don't, though. Oh, we're going down. We're going to be accessing an entirely new area of the ship, guys. So down here, oh, we've got access to lockers, and here's an Alliance requisition officer. Talk to the officer to purchase new equipment. Hey, how about that?
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
I don't think so.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, so this is where we can come to buy new things, apparently. Let's see. We've got heavy armor for humans. This thing is 25,000 credits, or whatever the hell the currency is in this game. All this stuff is really, really, really expensive. I don't have enough for any of this shit. Okay, well, I do have enough for a grenade upgrade or a Medigel upgrade. Increases the maximum units of Medigel by 1. Oh, that's actually kind of useful, it sounds like. And then this would increase our maximum number of grenades. You know what? I think I will buy these. Wait, can I just buy the... Oh, it disappeared. I see. I gotcha. Okay. Yep, so... that's about all I can do for now. And another codex entry. There's going to be a lot of these in the beginning, I feel.
Biotic Omni-tools are handheld devices that combine a computer microframe, sensor analysis pack, and manufacturing fabricator. Versatile and reliable, an Omni-tool can be used to analyze and adjust the functionality of most standard equipment, including weapons and armor, from a distance. The fabrication module can rapidly assemble small three-dimensional objects from common reusable industrial plastics, ceramics, and light alloys. This allows for field repairs and modifications to most standard items, as well as the reuse of salvaged equipment. Omni-tools are standard issue for soldiers and first-in colonists.
This is the thing we wrote to explain why you can just do magic in this game. It takes care of everything. What is this? M35 Mako? Okay, back to the Codex.
The Mako infantry fighting vehicle was designed for the System Alliance's frigates. Though the interior is cramped, an M35 is small enough to be carried in the cargo bay and easily deployed on virtually any world. With its turreted 155mm mass accelerator and coaxially mounted machine gun, the Mako can provide a fire team with weapon support as well as mobility. Since Alliance Marines may be required to fight on any world, the Mako is environmentally sealed and equipped with microthrusters for use on low-gravity planetoids. The Mako is powered by a sealed hydrogen-oxygen fuel cell and includes a small Element Zero core. While not large enough to nullify the vehicle's mass, the core can reduce it enough to be safely airdropped. When used in conjunction with thrusters, it also allows the Mako to extricate itself from difficult terrain.
Okay, so it's actually called the Mako, not the Mako. I'm probably gonna screw that up a million times before I get used to it, because it really looks like it should be Mako to me. We are gonna get to drive that at some point. If I recall, it's actually kind of a bothersome part of the game, but yeah, we'll deal with that later. To change a squad member's equipment, target the member's locker and press A. Oh, so I could actually re-equip them from here, even when they're not in my party. I mean, I don't think I need to, but it's good to know that I can come down here and do that. I was kind of hoping that I could root through their lockers and just steal things from them or read about their dirty little secrets. That's not a thing a good commander would do, though. And then back here... What is this, like the engine room?
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Nobody cares about Jenkins. Field integrity monitor. Hold on a sec. Who's over here? This guy doesn't even get a name. This girl doesn't even get a name. She gets some creepy ass dead eyes, though. Quit looking at me like that. Oh, okay. More codex and a little more XP, too.
Element 0 can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current. With a positive current, mass is increased. With a negative current, mass is decreased. The stronger the current, the greater the magnitude of the dark energy mass effect. In space, low-mass fields allow FTL travel and inexpensive surface-to-orbit transit. High-mass fields create artificial gravity and push space debris away from vessels. In manufacturing, low-mass fields permit the creation of evenly blended alloys, while high-mass compaction creates dense, sturdy construction materials. The military makes extensive use of mobility-enhancing technologies, with Mass Effect utilizing fighting vehicles standard frontline issue in most military forces. Mass Effect fields are also essential in the creation of kinetic barriers or shields to protect against enemy fire.
Okay, so basically a lot of stuff uses this technology, not just the relay stations. I gotta say though, this sounds like some bullshit. When it says low mass fields allow FTL travel, I know that this is just science fiction writing, but I don't get how that makes any sense. Element 0 core. Okay, let's see if this sheds any light on it.
When subjected to an electrical current, the rare material dubbed Element 0, or EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This mass effect is used in countless ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined Element 0 at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create Mass Effect fields and develop FTL travel.
Oh, so we actually figured that out on our own after finding the Prothean stuff. They didn't just hand us the FTL travel, though. We still had to kind of get there on our own. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm geeking out a little bit too hard here, guys, but just being low mass isn't enough to achieve FTL travel. The whole thing about the speed of light is that photons can travel that fast because they have no mass. That's why nothing with mass can ever actually achieve the speed of light. If you have even a single gram of mass, you're not allowed to equal speed of light. So I don't understand how that works. That's also why the speed of light is like it's kind of like the universal speed limit, right? Because the fact that they literally have no mass at all means that they're just moving as quickly as the universe will allow them to move. I don't know. It's weird. Let's talk to Navigator Presley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Sure it was. Let's have a party for him. Nav Manual 141? Humanity and the Systems Alliance. Systems Alliance military jargon. Okay, ashore. When a ship's crew leaves the vessel, they are ashore, though normally used regarding planets that can refer to boarding a space station. Away. When a ship releases the equipment tethering it to a space station or service dock, it is away. Get it? Away! Aye aye, the proper way to acknowledge an order. If told to attack, the correct response is aye aye, sir. If asked, are you proud to be a Marine, the correct response is yes, sir. Huh, okay, I gotcha. ASAP, pronounced ASAP, an acronym of as soon as possible. Who doesn't know that? Belay, stop or cease. Bridge, the navigation center of a spacecraft where the steering is done. Captain's Mast, non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. CIC, Combat Information Center, the command center of a spacecraft. The CIC is filled with sensor displays to make sense out of the chaos of combat. DC, damage control, the containment and repair of damage to a spacecraft. Specifically in the context of a spacecraft, okay. ECM, electronic countermeasures used to avoid enemy sensors, from passive emissions masking to active jamming. EVA, extravehicular activity, time spent in a pressure suit outside of a vehicle, spacecraft, or station. Flank. The flank is the side of a military formation. Since the soldiers are facing elsewhere, an enemy that can attack on the flank can often turn it or roll it up. FNG. Freaking new guys. I like that one. A derisive term for inexperienced personnel. Ground side, the surface of a planet. Helmsman, the crew member who pilots a spacecraft. Ladder, we've read about this before. Light amplified detection and ranging, an active sensor that bounces lasers off an object to determine its bearing and distance. Ladder has sufficient resolution that the data can be reconstructed into an image. Shore party, spacecraft crew sent ashore on official business. Silent running, an old submariner's term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. Okay. SITREP, abbreviation of situation report and evaluation of the current military situation. Spacer, someone who has spent most of their life in space. XO, executive officer, the second in command of an Alliance warship. The XO is responsible for administrative and personnel matters. Well, there you go. There's the breakdown of all the terminology we can expect to hear on the ship. I wonder how much most of that will even actually come into play. Alright. Looks like there's nobody really unique to talk to around here. Let's go talk to Joker. It's been a while since we chatted it up with old Seth Green here.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Oh.
Flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
That wasn't double entendre at all.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Should I go in hard on the council already? Probably not.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Word. Press start to bring up the mission computer and select map to access the map for a tactical view of the area. Okay. Let's just do that right quick. So this is the Citadel, guys. We're in the Presidium right now. So this is actually just a huge, huge area in this game. I specifically remember being in this place for a long time because there's a lot of side quests you could do here. There's a lot of exploration to be done. We're mainly here to talk to the Council and progress the story in that regard, but, you know, I don't want to rush this game, guys. I was actually kind of thinking that we would get here earlier in this video and we'd have time to look around a little bit, but I think we're going to have to get a fresh start next time because exploring the Normandy and staying caught up on the Codex just took more time than I thought. But that's okay. I don't want to rush this at all. We're going to be spending a lot of time here. Probably, I would say, at least the next 3 or 4 videos are probably going to be here in the Citadel while we run around, explore, do side quests, and just soak it all up. I think for some reason my HD texture pack mod is not working right now. I don't know why. That's kind of annoying, but I'll see what I can do about that for the next video. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying Mass Effect 1, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.